Morning guys, I'm Dave Canterbury with Self-Reliance Outfitters and the Pathfinder School. I wanted to do another little do-it-yourself video today, and when we went to the Coastal Hunter-Gatherer class down in the Florida Keys last week, my buddy Tony Daniel had come up with a small, compact, folding cast iron skillet that he was using to cook salt-cured bacon and things like that. And what he did was he used one of these small, flat iron skillets that don't weigh a whole lot, and this one says made in China right on the back of it, and it came from a scrapyard. Last year I think I picked this thing up at a scrapyard, and it was scrapyard price, so 60 cents a pound. I probably paid $1 for it, $1.50. And I'm going to take some wire and bend a handle. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this handle off, and then we're going to drill it so that we can put a wire handle in it that's a little longer, that's folded over, that'll be good and stiff. This is probably 1/4 inch round stock, and we'll make a handle that's a little longer so we got some reach, but it won't be any longer than a skillet, so it'll lay inside the skillet and then drop into 2 holes here to create a folding cast iron skillet that will weigh a whole lot less than carrying a cast iron skillet, probably about the same as carrying a sheet metal or steel skillet, but this will have a folding handle, and it's just another option for you if you're trying to do stuff yourself or do it on the cheap, because this is going to cost us probably well under $2 to make ourselves. Stay with me, we'll get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut the handle that's existing on here off, and we'll just cut it on a radius right here about where it comes out from the body of the skillet. We're going to use a portaband to cut that off with. You could use a hacksaw. A portaband is just going to be a lot faster. All right, so we have cut this thing off now. We've got ourselves a nice radius right there. Left ourselves some meat back here, because this is where we're going to drill our holes in at an angle, and then we'll bend our handle to make it fit those holes. So we need to get a drill bit about the size of this, figure out where we're going to put those holes in at, and get this thing viced up and drill it real quick. Okay, so I've got this thing locked down on the bench with a hold fast. And our handle's going to come through here like this, so that the weight is pushing up on this direction. So we're going to put 2 of those holes right here at an angle. What we'll do is we'll get in here and we'll start those holes kind of straight up and down, and then we'll angle them in. Okay, so I've drilled straight down, and now I'm kind of going in at an angle like this. I'm starting to see my hole come through right there, which is exactly what I need. Second hole starting to come through now. Almost. There we go. Okay. Going to see how much is showing there when I push it through. Pretty close to the same. All right, now we can bend our handle. All right, now lay this deep flat on the table. spot where we need to cut this thing off. Okay, so we've got the basics of our design. Our handle's about the length of our pan. Our handle will stick out here when we're done. Now we just need to tweak things a little bit. I want to bend this handle a little bit down that way, and I want to make sure that these go in straight. And because I've got this kind of forked at an angle, they don't want to go in straight, which is causing me a little bit of a problem. So I'll probably bend those in just a little bit when I heat it up, and then I'll bend them down. So I'm going to heat this whole thing up again and take care of those two bends, and then we'll see where we're at. Okay, so that was basically where it was at. Got it in there real good now. That's a good thing. I don't want it to be tight. Okay. So we've got two pilot holes drilled there. You can see what the bend looks like now on our handle. And that handle just slides in here and kind of pivots a little bit when it goes in and up. Just like that. That's pretty good, pretty solid. I'm happy with that. That's going to be a good solid hold in there, no question about that. The weight holds it down on that bend on that fork. I think that's just a slick little idea for on the cheap camp implements. Like I said, that thing's probably $2 or less right there for a folding cast iron skillet. Well, folks, I appreciate you joining me today for this quick how-to on this do-it-yourself folding cast iron skillet. Again, I got this idea from a buddy of mine, Tony Daniel. It's one of my instructors here at the Pathfinder school while we were at the Coastal Hunter-Gatherer class. He had made one of these. Took me a little while to find my skillet like this. I'd bought it at a scrapyard quite a while ago, and I had to go look for it in the garage. But it turned out really well. I mean, the thing's good and solid. You can turn it upside down, flip it around. The handle's not coming out of it once you get it put in there. It's a little bit of a pain to wrestle it out of there because it is tight. You just kind of got to jiggle it back and forth, but it does come out. When you're done, you should have something that folds up pretty neatly, and the handle should fit right inside the pan of that skillet very nicely to pack away. I appreciate your views. I appreciate your support. I thank you for everything you do for our school, for our family, and for our business, for all of our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, and friends. I'm Dave Canterbury with Self-Reliance Outfitters and the Pathfinder School. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks, guys.